welcome to a bonus episode of Murder Dictionary Podcast. My name is Brianna, and that is Kelly.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 Halloween.
It's a very special Halloween episode, if you can't tell by that angelic voice.
Woo!
With the Capital One Quicksilver Card, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. It's easy. That's just the way I like it. Oh, that's the way, I like it, that's the way, I like it, Woo! The Quicksilver Card from Capital One. What's in your wallet? That's the way,
Capital One Bank, USA,
Ooh, I'm a ghost.
Kelly's been a ghost for a long time. I just haven't had the heart to tell you guys.
After tomorrow, it's all Christmas, so you better enjoy it.
Right? That's true. That's true.
Live it up. One out of 5 people that loves fucking Christmas music, especially when I'm in a mall.
Oh,
it's the only part about making a mall line better. Is
It's
I'm like,
terrible.
I'm dreaming.
That's why I do all my shopping online. Listen to punk rock.
I mean, that's cool too.
I mean, the Vandals have a cool punk rock Christmas album, but
Can you sing
that's
me
pretty
about,
much it.
Is it about sleigh bells or?
It's mostly about genitals, dead grandmas, shit like that.
Holly berries?
So today for Halloween, we're going to do a quiz game.
Love it.
Cool. So I'm going to spare you guys the whole intro. You guys know where to go for our social media and our merch and stuff like that. But we have links everywhere. And we're just going to get straight into the part where Kelly wins.
Yeah, I'm going to spare you guys all the other parts and stuff. I'm going to win. So just don't even worry about it. I'm not going to lose. Maybe. You guys might beat me, but I guess people are really good at these games. Everyone's like, hey, we got it before you.
Yeah, that's always the thing is when you're at home playing a game, you're just screaming the answer.
Yeah,
you know
I love
everything.
that.
Yeah. So tonight is going to be all Halloween-based quiz questions.
Cool.
So it's going to be like basically guess who the suspect or the actual person is, or guess the costume that the person was wearing, or guess the arrest record, that kind of stuff.
I thought it was going to be like, guess which candy's the worst. Candy corn. Fucking hate it.
100% sugar.
Oh.
Yeah, that's actually the last question. It's a bonus round, so
Do
prepare.
you like candy corn?
Like
Thank
two
you.
of them, and then you're like, oh, what did I do to my life?
Like the white tip. That's all I get to, and then just done.
Always.
Ugh.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
So, question number 1. In 2000, a San Francisco man accidentally gave out Snickers bars that instead had which item inside the wrapper?
Okay, so this isn't accidentally at all.
You can interpret the question any way you want. A, razor blades.
Again, not an accident.
B, dog shit.
Might be an accident.
Possibly. You never know. It gets everywhere. It's very messy. C, marijuana.
Oh, fuck, I hope it's C.
And E, hypodermic needles.
Oh, C. Let's go C, because if it's anything else, it's going to ruin my life.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Because, it's only children taking the candy, so it can't be shit, razors, or needles.
The story's pretty interesting, actually.
Tell me about it.
In 2000, in Hercules, California.
Where's that?
I don't know.
Hercules. I just want to go.
So marijuana disguised as miniature chocolate bars were discovered in children's trick-or-treat bags.
I think the candy disguised itself as marijuana. I think you might have
just
done
wanted to sneak in and have a new home.
The marijuana likes who it is. It doesn't need to disguise itself. It doesn't need to play
be
any other
adopted.
part.
It just wants to be loved and tickled on the ears.
Marijuana came out of the closet a long time ago. It's proud of who it is.
Police traced the pot to a postal worker who obtained it from an undeliverable package without realizing what was actually inside the wrappers. So, the San Francisco Chronicle explained the treats were the product of a failed and undetected attempt to mail 5 ounces of marijuana to someone in San Francisco. Someone tried to mail it and didn't have enough postage, or the address was wrong. Because the package, which contained the bags of Snickers bars destined for San Francisco, did not have a return address, it landed in the dead letter office at the post office, where it was taken by a postal employee who had planned to hand out the candies to trick-or-treaters. So a lot of their dead mail that doesn't end up anywhere and just is in this office was non-perishable and given to charity. This employee picked up the candy along with a bunch of canned goods. He took the canned goods and other items to a church and donated them, but the candy he figured he could use for Halloween. Because police were convinced that the postal worker had made an honest mistake, he was neither charged nor publicly named.
He should be a hero. He just got these kids high. These kids are... Who ratted?
No, nobody took it.
Who the... What?
The thing is, it wasn't even like candy bars with THC in it or anything like that. It was full-on nugs. Like, once you unwrapped it, all you saw was nug.
Oh, no chocolate?
No chocolate whatsoever. That was the funniest part. So they really were trying to just disguise 5 pounds or whatever it was.
Did he give it out to the kids?
Yes, he did.
Again, who's gonna fucking rat this guy out? Best. This is so much better than a Snickers.
This is why I won't have kids.
You struck fucking gold here. You know what? That's why I see if the parents would have checked the candy, they could have just pocketed it.
Right. That's true. That's true. They missed out on an opportunity. I'm sure some of them did.
Right? Yeah, they didn't get all the weed back.
Came forward. But yeah.
We got 2 dubs out of an ounce of Snickers back. I don't know.
So his error was obviously quite different from deliberately giving, poisoned or drugged candy out. It's not something that was on purpose.
Yeah. I met a guy that sold weed out of a Starbucks. Like, he'd give you your Starbucks stuff and there'd be weed in it. It's like
really?
A cool disguise like that. He's like, you got to order like a weird with an extra shot. And then it's like, this is great. I was like, and it smells like coffee, so you can't smell the weed. You'd think with the Snickers, you wouldn't be able to smell the weed, but it was just straight nugs. Like
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. So not only was the marijuana distribution inadvertent by this postal worker, but no one took it by mistake.
Idiots.
And no one would really be fooled once they opened it up. So anyone that did take it, it was willing or whatever. So no one was kind of poisoned or whatever.
I would believe in God after that. You really listened to me.
But of course, press reference this incident as something that really caused people to be afraid of what was in their candy, It's
just weed. It wasn't a needle or a razor or any other shit you said.
Yeah, they
used to be
they
real
saw
threats.
It as someone trying to get people to actually eat it, but it was clearly something where someone had bought this and yeah. So, next question. In 1974, a child died after eating a pixie stick from his Halloween candy that turned out to be laced with cyanide. Who was it that poisoned the candy? A neighbor who constantly complained about the noisy kids. B, the mother suffering from postpartum depression. C, a father that was in debt hoping to collect life insurance. Or D, the grandma who thought her daughter was an unfit mother.
Mom.
It was actually the dad. So Ronald Clark O'Brien was nicknamed the Candyman and the man who killed Halloween for killing his own 8-year-old son, Timothy, on Halloween of 1974.
How the fuck do these people repack? Like, how do you repackage weed in a Snickers? And how do you repackage cyanide in a fucking pixie stick?
I have no idea.
You just take a needle and stick it in. I don't know. I'm impressed by how they did it.
I try not to think about that.
I need to know. That's really fucking hard. Because if I saw, those things is like, don't drink if seal is tampered with. Like, I'm not going to eat an open pixie stick. I guess if my dad gave it to me, maybe. But
that's
still,
the thing.
That sucks.
It's your own dad. So he had given his child one last piece of candy before bed. It was a pixie stick laced with cyanide.
I hate this guy.
Less than an hour later, Timothy was dead. At first, the poisoning was blamed on a mysterious stranger handing out candy to trick-or-treaters. And O'Brien even gave cyanide-laced candy to his daughter and 3 other children to make it seem like an accident, like a stranger that did it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, those 4 children maybe had less or didn't eat the pixie sticks, and they survived.
They suck.
Yeah.
Do you have debt in jail? Because his plan might have worked. right?
I don't know. So he was found guilty of murder and was executed in 1984. He had taken out a life insurance policy on his children before the incident and was $100,000 in debt.
Boo.
That's a lot in the 70s.
For Halloween, but boo that man. Fuck that guy.
So 2013, a teenage boy shoots his mother and sister after watching which movie? A. Scream. B. American Psycho. C. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Or D. The Rob Zombie remake of Halloween.
E. The Sound of Music.
That makes me pretty homicidal. I would have to agree with that.
Okay, so we've got, say it one more time.
Scream,
Yep.
American Psycho, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween.
Oh, it's A or B. B.
It was actually
A.
Halloween.
Halloween. That's what I said. You think you heard me wrong.
I'm sorry, I'm losing my
It was
hearing
the
in my
Rob
old
Zombie's
age.
Halloween. I feel like I've
Yeah.
heard this story, but
So a Texas teenager told cops he murdered his mother and sister after watching Rob Zombie's version of the horror movie Halloween. I started watching Rob Zombie's Halloween. In the movie, a 12-year-old boy murders his stepfather, sister, and his sister's boyfriend. It was the third time this week that I had watched the movie,
Jesus.
said Jake Evans, who was 17. The statement that he released, which was 4 pages,
Okay.
while watching it, I was amazed at the ease of the boy during the murders and how little remorse he had afterwards. I was thinking to myself, it would be the same for me when I kill someone.
And it wasn't, right? Like, I feel like I've heard this story. He wasn't chill after.
Musician and director Rob Zombie's 2007 remake of John Carpenter's Halloween focused more on Michael Myers' early life than the 1978 original. The reimagining delves deeper into Michael Myers' psychology, and some critics even characterize the film's portrayal of the killer as almost sympathetic. After I watched the movie, I put it back in the case and threw it in the trash can so that people wouldn't think that it influenced me in any way. While his mother and sister watched the presidential debate, Evans was preoccupied with how he would murder them. Then he grabbed a kitchen knife, like the film's killer, but Evans ultimately decided to kill his family with a gun so that they would, he said, not experience as much pain.
See, the movie didn't
Exactly.
influence him at all. It was the debate.
That must be it. And also, he already feels remorse and he hasn't even done anything. He's already
Yeah.
considering their pain. You fucking idiot.
What an idiot.
So he stole a .22 revolver from his grandfather. After over an hour of nervous pacing, Evans knocked on his 15-year-old sister Mallory's door and said their mother Jamie needed her. She came out, and out of the corner of her eye, she saw me pointing the gun at her. She thought I was joking and told me I was freaking her out. I shot her in the back of the head. I ran down to the study and shot my mom 3 times. He said he went back to his bedroom to empty the shells onto his bed and heard his sister making noises outside of his room. He reloaded the gun and hurried back to his sister to kill her before returning to his mother's body to also shoot her once more and make sure she was dead. Evans is on trial for these slayings, but according to his confession, his murderous spree was cut short because he intended to kill his grandparents and 2 other sisters.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
For Halloween right now or whatever, I dressed up as a loser. So I should have let you know before we started this, but I'm opposite Kelly today.
So accurate right now.
Yeah.
It is opposite day.
Yeah.
All you do is win, win, win until it's Halloween opposite day.
Yeah, and I'm sober. So
There's no excuse.
fucking seriously.
So Evans said, I know now I'm done with killing. It's the most, right? Like, I know I've had enough.
You know
Call me a
what?
cab.
You gotta try everything once.
You just gotta taste a dick one time, I'm just saying. It's the most dreadful and terrifying thing I will ever experience, and what happened last night will haunt me forever. That's fucking, really?
That's why
it's
you came
terrifying
back.
to you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You came back to check on your sister and kill her again.
Ugh,
It definitely was super terrifying.
what an asshole.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
So, of course, this was back in the day, but the article said he was still on trial. But I went back and found out he was sentenced to 45 years in prison as part of a plea agreement with prosecutors to avoid capital murder charges and the death penalty.
Oh,
So, Evans must serve at least half of his sentence before becoming eligible for parole, which would be in 2036.
We're going to be on Halloween 32 by then. He's got a lot of binging to do when he
Keep
gets
him
out.
coming, Rob Zombie. So he'll be given credit for the 2.5 years he's been held in jail up until the trial. And he was also put in a mental hospital for part of that time as well.
I hope they don't show scary movies there.
Right. Just nothing but Barney. Way worse.
No, that'll fucking get you to take
Way
a shotgun to
worse.
someone.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yep, but I'm going to lose because happy Halloween.
I like that preemptive, just like...
Yeah, where the fuck is the candy? Why didn't we have a bowl of candy here?
I'm sorry.
Filled with weed nugs.
I got you some Snickers. So, in 1957, Peter Fabiano opens his door thinking trick-or-treaters are still out, but instead, he finds an adult in full costume who shoots him and kills him. Why was Peter killed? A. A Halloween dare gone wrong. B. A jealous ex-boyfriend of his wife. C. A lesbian love triangle involving his wife. Or D. Retaliation for a Halloween prank.
E. Full-size candy bars. Okay, the jealous...
F. Not enough Snickers nugs.
The jealous triad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Threesome. What was B?
I like your interpretation of these options. So a Halloween dare,
Yep.
jealous ex-boyfriend, lesbian love triangle, retaliation for a Halloween prank.
Retaliation for a Halloween prank.
It was actually a lesbian love triangle.
Happy Halloween.
It's the happiest. So this one has
Damn.
kind of a long story, but it's just crazy. I had to include all these
Okay.
details.
Cool.
So 35-year-old Peter Fabiano was a salon owner in the San Fernando Valley who had
What?
recently reconciled with his 36-year-old wife, Betty. Of course, she's a Betty. Betty had begun an affair with 40-year-old Joan Rabel, who was a former employee that worked as a freelance photographer at the salon. When Betty ended the relationship with Joan, Joan decided to enlist the help of a third woman, 42-year-old hospital clerk, Golden Pizer, in hopes that they could get rid of Betty's husband, Peter. One was the brains behind the killing, and the other was the willing, gullible stooge. Neither could have done it alone. The first step took more than a month, and Joan tried to lay the groundwork for the killing, continually telling Golden that the victim deserved to die. She painted Betty's husband as a vile, evil man who wanted to destroy all people around him.
That's why she married him?
No, that's
Okay.
Joan
Oh,
convincing
Joan. Okay.
Golden that Betty's
that
husband
she's
is awful.
Okay, that Betty's husband is awful.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not good with threesomes.
There's like a triangle of lesbianism.
Too many sides.
Separate
Too many sides.
from the straight marriage, basically.
Yes.
That's way too many. That shape is too large, basically.
It's so hard.
Yeah. So Golden said, although I had never seen him, I built up an intense hatred for him. So next, they had to choose a method. They decided they couldn't use poison or a knife, so they decided they needed a gun. With a male friend, Golden went to a Pasadena gun shop and selected a .38 Smith & Wesson for, quote, home protection. 3 days later, Joan took her to the store and gave her money to buy the revolver and bullets. On Halloween, they sat outside the house on a community street in a car Joan had borrowed from a friend. Who loans out their car? Like, what did you tell this person? Just like, hey, me and this gun and this other lady need your car
Trick-or-treating.
for a minute.
We gotta go to the nice fucking Beverly Hills area.
I'm going to be a cowboy.
We gotta drive real far.
So they waited for the victim to turn out the lights. Golden was wearing a costume that Joan had selected for her, which doesn't sound much like a costume. Blue jeans, a khaki jacket, red gloves, and makeup. Like, I don't know what she was supposed to be. It doesn't make any sense. She had the gun in a paper bag as if she was trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
At about 11:30, the bedroom lights went out. With Joan's help, Golden put on the Halloween mask. She had walked to the door and rang the doorbell. Mm. Peter, the man who had been turned into a symbol of evil, answered the door. It took both hands, but Golden raised the gun up, which was still inside the bag, and pulled a trigger, shooting him in the chest, and he died soon after. She ran to the car, and Joan drove back to return it to her friend Margaret. They left the jacket in the car, but burned the rest of the clothes. Golden kept the revolver, so she checked it in a pay locker in a downtown department store. The plan unraveled in less than 2 weeks as detectives arrested Joan in the trick-or-treat murder. Questioning of Fabiano's wife, Betty, revealed that they had recently reconciled after separating over her relationship with Joan. Joan was released after being questioned, then arrested when detectives traced the murder weapon to Golden Pizer and found the revolver in the pay locker. Further investigation showed that Joan had bought Golden to one of the salons several times so that she would recognize who Peter was.
No!
Yeah, it wasn't clear if it was a love triangle that Golden and Betty had been involved at all. It seems that Joan kind of arranged the entire thing.
See what happens when you have no fucking guts and you can't just break up with someone?
Right.
It could have all been solved.
Breaking up is always the answer.
Just do it.
Just do it. Like,
utter
come
the
on.
words even though it sucks.
Be free. You know?
And then just run away after.
Play
it's
the
fine.
field.
Yeah.
The field of pussy.
Send a fucking
field
text.
of dreams.
Yeah. A voicemail. You can do any of this besides
you could ghost somebody.
Ghost them.
It's easier to ghost somebody in, back in the day, in the 70s, you could ghost someone so easy.
So easy. Instead of dressing up like a ghost and shooting someone.
Right?
Stupid.
Yeah.
I'm only assuming they were in full costume.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So Joan and Golden were convicted in the killing and sentenced to 5 years to life in prison, which a very big jump, right?
There's supposed to be a 1 in front of that. No, there's supposed to be a 2 in front of that. 25 to life, you mean, because we're in California.
Right. Golden was released from prison by 1971. The end. I anticipated that you would find that story more interesting for some reason. You're just dead over there.
I'm just so it's so unnecessary. I mean, these are all unnecessary.
Well, yeah.
But he just opened his door thinking it was going to be fucking children he was going to give candies to.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Plow.
I know. But I'm confused as to why they waited till 11:30. I guess that's less people out, but it's also less likely that he thought there was trick-or-treaters because that's too late.
Well, maybe you don't want to kill someone in front of some kids. Maybe they have half a heart.
Yeah, no, I agree, but also they could have done it on any other night when there's less people out. Like, I don't understand.
Oh, maybe because they were wearing a full ghost costume, and that's the only appropriate time.
I like that you've decided it was a ghost,
with
even though that was never said.
And little holes in the eyes, and that would be terrifying.
Costumes are way creepier each year you go back.
Yeah.
Right? Like, historically, it's just terrifying.
Because they had less to make stuff out of and less cultural references. So you really ghost, witch, Hitler.
Those are the only choices. Every time I go to Target, that's all I see. So, we ready for another one?
Yes.
In 1964, a Long Island woman is arrested after handing out which item to trick-or-treaters? A. Dog biscuits. B. Steel wool. C. Arsenic ant poison. Or D. All of the above.
What? Damn, the D's always get me when it's all the above on tests.
The D's do always get you.
Story of my life. I mean, the only one that sounds really illegal is the arsenic ant. Steel wool you just give to, if you live in a crackhead neighborhood, that would be like the best trick or treat. The first one was
Dog biscuits.
we have medicated weed dog biscuits at my house, so I think that would be cool. Dog biscuits aren't that bad. Is it illegal? What state are we in? Because they might be illegal to give out dog biscuits.
It takes place in Long Island.
Oh, New York. Okay, so all of the above.
Yeah.
Ant stuff. Oh, no, I gotta lose. All of the above. Wait, why dog biscuits and ant wool? Or ant wool?
Does any of it make sense? Why
No.
try and make logic out of this shit? So this woman was annoyed that many of the trick-or-treaters were too old to be asking for free candy. So she made up these packages of, quote, treats and gave them to teenagers.
Oh, that's funny as fuck, actually.
The packages contained dog biscuits, steel wool pads, and ant-killing pellets, which were clearly marked poison and labeled with a skull and crossbones.
That's actually really fucking cool for Halloween. Like, dude, I got some real poison, and you technically did get real poison. What else would you want to get on Halloween?
Right?
Oh, that's cool.
She also took the precaution of telling the teenagers the packages were a joke when she handed them out.
And she probably painted the biscuits like white so they looked like real bones. And then the steel wool she probably made into crazy spider looking things. So I think
She
she's
made
just
it
festive.
into a swan.
She's fucking festive. Give this lady a break.
So when kids arrived at Helen Feifel's house, it started as a typical Halloween interaction.
Trick or treat.
Helen would joke, "Aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating?"
Aren't you a little old to not have a husband? That's how kids are honest and dicks like that. I only said it.
The housewife,
Never mind.
a mother of teenage children herself, dropped what appeared to be a bag of candy into each bag. When the poison was discovered by the parents, the children came back to the house and traced it back. They alerted the police and found Helen Feifel. Cops were on a manhunt with the young trick-or-treaters, and after not a very long time, they identified her. Church leaders and volunteers combed the treat bags throughout the area, hoping that they could catch anything that was left. Cops found 19 poison pellet packages in all. Feifel was arrested that night.
But did they get the wire fucking and the dog biscuits back?
Yeah.
That's the important part.
So Helen's husband told the cops the whole thing was a, quote, joke. The housewife said she had passed out poison only to teens because they were too old for trick-or-treating. Her own sons were 15 and 16 at the time, and they were actually out trick-or-treating while she was handing out poison. There was no record of anyone being harmed by her actions.
She's bad at jokes.
It's very bad. Comedy career over.
Me too, though. Look at all my sexist jokes and...
Police sent File out for mental evaluation at Central Islip Hospital? Not sure. And she was subsequently charged with 2 counts of child endangerment. She pled guilty and was sentenced to 2 years.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 2 months, because that's what you get for hurting children.
Right? Like,
Most of the
nobody
time.
cares.
Yeah.
All
3
right.
years for a dog. 2 months for a child.
It seems like it.
Kind of.
It's crazy. Or they quote unquote can't prove anything. It's just like, well, I can.
Yeah.
I have eyes.
Next. Oh, I won one.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah, I
bro.
guess it won't be a full sweep like we're all used to.
I mean, I wasn't counting on a no-hitter, so.
Yeah, maybe I'll piss excellence in the morning. Not tonight. Today was all coffee.
Tomorrow's a new day. Okay, next question. This takes place in 2011 when a 43-year-old Oregon woman purchased Halloween decorations at her local Kmart. She discovered what hidden in the packaging.
Snickers full of weed.
That's just wishful thinking. A note from a kidnapped child. B, a nest of real spiders. C, a note from a Chinese factory worker. Or D, a religious pamphlet demonizing Halloween.
They're all good, but the third one reminds me of my dad. Every time he gets a fortune cookie, he reads the fortune. He goes, "Help! I'm being held in a Chinese fortune cookie factory." So I know it's not that because that's a joke. What was the packaging of? What did she open?
Just decorations.
Oh,
Halloween
just decorations. Spiders.
It was actually the Chinese factory worker.
I fucking quit.
Your face.
Happy Halloween.
Bye.
I'm really dressed as a loser today. Really? I gotta tell my dad that he's gonna be so fucking happy. It's not even funny.
In 2010, an Oregon woman named Julie Keith bought a graveyard Halloween decoration set of gravestones and spiderwebs. She didn't use the decorations and instead put them in storage. A year later, she considered donating them, but instead she opened the package and separated the tombstones, and a letter fell out.
In perfect English from China.
The letter asked the reader to contact the World Human Rights Organization and report the labor camp that the anonymous writer was serving in. The writer said the graveyard kit was made in Unit 8, Department 2 of the Masanjia labor camp in Shenyang, China. The writer explained, people who work here have to work 15 hours a day without Saturday, Sunday break or any holidays. Otherwise, they will suffer torturement, beatings, and rude remarks. Nearly no payment, 10 yuan a month.
What the
which is the equivalent of $1.61.
No! Wait a minute.
The writer also explained that many people were sentenced to work in these camps for years after unfair trials for small infractions or simply having different beliefs than the government. Julie attempted to contact human rights organizations with no success. So she posted pictures on Facebook and asked people to share the post in hopes of shedding light on the situation. We're in no position to confirm the veracity or origins of this, said Sophie Richardson, China director at Human Rights Watch.
What?
I think it's fair to say the conditions described in the letter certainly conform to what we know about conditions in re-education through labor camps. So after the Oregonian informed the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement about the letter, Homeland Security investigations began looking into the case. The specific camp that was talked about in the note was found and shut down.
No way.
Yes way. While open, it is said to have held captive 5,000 prisoners.
Holy shit.
Yes. I found that I just kind of went through as a brief overview. There's a really long CNN article about it that I'll definitely provide a link for, which is really interesting. But it apparently led to some change, at least for the 5,000 people in that camp when it was shut down. Okay. Next question. 2005. A home in Delaware accidentally had what item as a Halloween decoration? A real corpse stolen from a graveyard, a murder victim hidden in plain sight, a man who had a heart attack, or a woman who hung herself?
Man who had a heart attack.
Did you see that article?
No.
Because it's fake news.
Is it?
Yes, it wasn't that. It was actually a woman
hanging?
That hung herself.
That's my second guess.
I mean, you can't. It's Halloween, you know?
Yeah,
you got to flip the script.
Yeah, that's true. See, but I'm really settling into my role. Loser. Soy un perdedor.
Drive-by body pierce. On the 26th of October in 2005, the corpse of a 42-year-old woman was left suspended in public view for hours in Frederica, Delaware, because her lifeless body was assumed to be yet another Halloween decoration.
Well, no shit. You know how many people walk by and we're like, damn, that looks real.
Yes.
That is sick. It even smells fucked up. How do they do that?
'Tis the season. There's flies and everything.
Yeah.
Are the flies attached to it? How did they motorize flies?
That is good. We're coming back here next year. That's good.
The unnamed woman hung herself from a tree located across a moderately busy road next to some houses. The Delaware State Police said a 42-year-old Frederica woman apparently climbed up a tree with a length of rope and hanged herself from a branch sometime after 9 p.m. on Tuesday.
She didn't want to be found, right? Why would you do it on that day?
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to know.
I mean, Tuesday's not a day to be found.
But it wasn't Halloween-ish like area or no?
Yeah, it was the week before.
Okay. When people are decorating and stuff, that's just...
Yeah.
Wonder if it lasted till Halloween.
No. It was the same day, but it was still a long time.
Damn.
Yeah. Her body was about 15 feet above the ground and could easily be seen from any passing vehicle.
Ugh, chills.
State police spokesman Jeff Oldham and neighbors said people noticed the body around 7:30 that morning, but dismissed it as a holiday prank. Authorities arrived at the scene at 11 o'clock to begin the process of examining the scene and remove the body. The deceased lived about a quarter mile from where her body was discovered. So she wasn't even, like, at her own house. She went down the street to do that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Okay, you ready to win the next one?
Yes.
A Tennessee woman named Candy Creedle was arrested for what on Halloween? A, her costume was considered public nudity. B, making non-emergency 911 calls. C, public intoxication. Or D, jaywalking and obstructing traffic.
Naked.
Actually, it's E, all of the above.
No, wait, is there really an E?
I was just, yes. Yes.
Wait, was I right?
No, it was E, all of the above.
There was an E. Okay, shit. Well, I was kind of half right. Just because her name is
I figured
Candy,
if I said that there was an all of the above option, that's what you would pick.
Yeah, but her name is Candy. She just unwrapped herself out of the wrapper and walked around. That's a fucking good costume.
All of these things sound like Candy things to do. That's
exactly.
all I'm saying.
Yeah. Drunk in public, naked, obstructing traffic. Yeah, that makes sense. It's all one
911
incident.
calls.
Yeah.
You know?
Non-emergency 911 calls. She's like, I can't find my pants. I'm looking for a Snickers.
She's just trying to find a psychic hotline.
Am I calling the Snickers company? Where do I get a Snickers?
So Candy was a Tennessee woman and married mother of 3. She was taken into custody Thursday after being arrested for wearing circus makeup and chasing cars, along with being publicly intoxicated and making non-emergency 911 calls.
Is she single?
Right?
I'm down.
Let me get at it.
Yep.
According to the arrest warrant, Creedle was partially naked and wearing a stocking cap on her head while running after cars along Louise Road in Cunningham and jumping in and out of traffic. When the deputy went to Creedle's home, she answered the door smelling of alcohol and wearing a sports bra, pajama pants, a stocking cap, and clown makeup on her face and body.
That's fucking partially naked? What a sexist fucking society.
No, I think she had come home and put clothes on. That's the weird thing.
She's showing her belly button. We gotta arrest this woman. Get her.
She's almost naked. No navels. That's our policy here.
There's
in
a
Tennessee.
man. There's a man in like the Borat costume next to her. Like, arrest this woman.
I am offended. You ready for the next one?
Jeez.
There's no all of the above in this one. It's not a trick at all.
Okay.
I'm not an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit of an asshole.
I don't need a handicap, bro. I said I'm going to lose and I'm going to do it well.
You're committed to it. So a California student was expelled for what offense on Halloween? A, public indecency. B, public urination. C, wearing blackface. Or D, stealing a cop car.
Surprised no fucking a pumpkin is on this list because that just sounds
right?
good. Like
that just sounds like a good time.
It does. They're like have you ever? Never mind. You ever put your fingers deep in a pumpkin while you're carving and you're like, this is oddly
I kind of
familiar.
have. It feels really good.
Super good. You just like take your hands and go through the seeds like you're petting something, like your bush after a shower. Okay.
I relate to this so much.
And I already know it's definitely blackface because you're going to get arrested for that shit.
He wasn't arrested, just expelled.
Oh, expelled.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know.
I'd rather be expelled. You come to fucking school with a blackface, you're getting fucking beat up the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Kick me the fuck out.
One can only hope.
Yeah.
So a sophomore from the University of Central Arkansas
Oh, no, it's in the most racist state of all time.
was expelled after a photo of him at a fraternity Halloween party Friday night surfaced, in which he was wearing blackface and allegedly dressed as Bill Cosby. He then posted the picture to his
What an
Instagram
idiot.
account with the caption, "It was a bold night." What a fucking asshole.
Brave.
Hashtag brave. Hashtag blessed.
Me too. So stupid.
Ugh.
I hate Arkansas so much.
The school immediately expelled the student,
Good for them.
Brock Denton.
Fucking Brock
Fuck
Denton the
anyone
third.
named Brock. Yes.
Not only Andy dressed up blackface, but like a rapist too, which is funny.
Yeah, on top of that.
Yeah.
Fucking, ugh. So he was suspended from the fraternity Sigma Tau Gamma. UCA President Tom Courtway also issued a statement in which he said, "This picture is highly offensive and repugnant, and this representation goes against all we at UCA believe in and stand for." Sure.
His homies didn't say a fucking word in the
Right.
picture. Fuck Arkansas, dude.
Yeah,
Everyone's
nobody
so
said anything
racist.
until he got trouble.
Yeah.
So the National Sigma Tau Gamma organization also stated that it condemns the blackface photo and will expel Denton from the fraternity. Denton has since apologized and begged for forgiveness, posting a long Instagram post in which he wrote that he had received, quote, death threats.
Oh, shit.
As you should, bitch.
Yeah.
He has since deleted his Instagram page.
Good. Oh,
You
I
can
wanna
run,
find
but
that
you can't
picture.
hide.
Yeah, someone save that picture. We gotta find that.
You ready for the next one?
Jeez.
A hotel clerk was threatened with a knife by a man in which costume? A. Michael Myers. B. An angel.
Please be Jesus. Please be Jesus. Please be Jesus.
C. Chucky.
Aha!
Or D. An evil teddy bear.
We got Teddy Bear, Chucky, Angel, and
Michael Myers.
fuck, it's an angel.
It's actually an evil teddy bear,
God damn it.
which is the closest one to an angel, so
Yeah,
you're almost there.
That was number 2. It can't be Chucky, would have been too obvious. Fuck, an evil teddy bear. Yeah, I guess your face is
Terrifying.
closed. Or
Yep.
covered.
Travis Wallace, 28, was dressed as a teddy bear when he was arrested by Anderson, Indiana police officers after allegedly threatening a hotel employee with a knife. According to the Anderson Police Department, Wallace was arrested early Sunday morning and found with 2 10.5-inch hunting knives, a folding pocket knife, and a box cutter. The fuck are you doing?
And maybe it's like when he fixes his stuffing as a bear.
Right,
He's gonna, like,
he
do
just-
emergency cut opens. Probably got some thread and some...
Just for some open heart surgery.
Yeah.
At the Build-A-Bear.
Sometimes you gotta trim down his hair because it grows too much. Furry.
After silently standing behind the Baymont Inn employee for around 20 seconds in the hotel lobby before lifting his shirt to reveal the knife.
Fucking teddy bear wears a t-shirt. I thought this was like a legit costume.
It's just a head.
Janky ass costume.
He went into the laundry room to a surveillance camera and made stabbing gestures before sliding the knife across his throat.
You want to give me a hand job?
I don't understand. That doesn't... Handy? Handy J. HJ? Blow J.
Oh, a knife job.
Oh, okay.
Stupid.
Got it. Currently in the Shasta County Jail, Wallace is also thought to be behind the reports of an evil-looking bear peering into vehicles.
Huh.
The end. I'm afraid of anyone looking into my vehicle like all the time. Is that a thing for you? It's a major source of anxiety for me.
Only if it's a T-Rex. So scary shit as a kid. I was like, there's gotta be a fucking dinosaur.
That's so true.
Thank God we didn't have a moonroof like that. But seriously, I always thought there was gonna be a dinosaur. You know, when like the eye comes next
Yep.
to your window and then
Maybe
you put the
that's
flight.
why.
Honestly, that's the one thing I'm scared of. Well, not anymore, but
That's
kind
so
of.
crazy. I feel like my whole life makes sense. Because I'm telling you, if someone's in a car, if we're in a car and there's like someone turns on the lights, it freaks me out because I think people can see me in there.
Really?
And maybe it's really because of dinosaurs.
Maybe.
I'm just afraid they're going to see the light.
Totally. He can't
Must
see
be
if you
it.
don't move.
Yeah,
So.
just stay still.
Yep.
Don't turn on any lights. It's safer that way. That's how you win with the dinosaurs. You ready?
Yeah.
Police responded to a scene after receiving a 911 call reporting a murder, only to find it was just a person dressed in what costume? A headless horseman. B, a zombie. C, Nicole Brown Simpson.
Oh, fuck.
Or D, the Passion of the Christ Jesus.
Headless horseman, because all the other ones would just be ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Why would you report a ghost?
I mean, that's what I plan on doing to you a little bit later.
Is it headless horseman? Because people are stupid. Is it? Tell me I'm not
She
wrong.
was a zombie.
I hate people so much.
You're doing great.
You're like, there's this dead thing walking around, and I gotta report it because it's dead, but it's walking?
You know, you never know. Okay, so
What?
a female driver who Alabama cops thought had been shot to death was actually a drunk Halloween partygoer who passed out at the wheel of her SUV while wearing a zombie costume.
I thought she was awake. It's like, these people are idiots.
She's like, like wandering down the street. They're like, she's dead.
She's dead.
So Birmingham police found the woman slumped over the wheel at a stoplight around 8:15 a.m. after other motorists reported a possible homicide. You can see why someone thought she had been shot, an officer told the newspaper. A photo from the scene showed the partygoer in white face paint and covered in phony blood. A pregnant-looking bulge was at her waist as part of the costume, cops said.
That's so funny.
She was charged with a DUI and taken to a local jail. Her name was not released. According to the news, the partied-out mommy zombie remained calm during the bust, telling cops it's all good.
Oh, how
If I get arrested, the first thing I'm saying is it's all good.
It's all good.
That's almost like, all right. Like, why would you say it's all good?
How fucking high did the cops jump when they went to go like move the body and a drunk lady was like, like, holy shit.
That must have been terrifying.
Oh, that's so funny. Mommy zombie at it again. That's so
Strikes again. All right. A 19-year-old Nebraskan, Matthew Nevin, was arrested on Halloween driving with a blood alcohol twice the legal limit. What was his costume?
Mel Gibson.
Right?
Sorry.
A cop. B, a beer bottle. C, a breathalyzer costume. Or D, a priest.
Fuck. A breathalyzer.
You're killing it.
Yeah.
It was Matthew Nevin's second DUI offense.
No.
Yes.
What an idiot.
Yes.
That's not something you joke about. Don't joke.
Right? Well, the newspaper, I like this quote. They were like, it was a second DUI, though presumably the first wasn't nearly as ironic. Assholes. I hate the media.
He was just in the fucking orange jumpsuit during the first one.
Right? According to a police report, he was driving a 1992 Ford F-150 northbound on 33rd Street between Holdridge and Huntington when an officer saw the truck rapidly accelerate and cross the center line several times. The officer stopped the truck at 37th and Huntington, the report states. The officer said Nevin had watery eyes and slurred speech and smelled like alcohol. Police found a bottle of vodka, a half-full bottle of Mountain Dew and vodka, and several cans and bottles of beer in the truck.
Did they ask him to blow and he blew into himself?
He just lifted up his dick and tried to bend down.
Yeah. He's like, hold on, give me a second. I got to hum. On the tip of his dick.
Oh, dear. All right. Here's another zombie one.
Mm-hmm.
A woman dressed as a zombie was arrested for what? A, biting people on the street. B, stealing blood from a blood bank for her costume. C, 2 DUIs in one night. Or D, obstructing traffic and jaywalking while slowly zombie walking in the middle of the road.
That's lame. The third one, I'm surprised if someone gave her a DUI and then let her go. What was the first and second again?
Biting people in the street or stealing blood from a blood bank.
Stealing
for a
fucking
costume.
blood.
I know, it's amazing,
Has
right?
to be, right? Yeah, I would imagine biting, but I think people would be cool about it.
It was actually 2 DUIs in one night.
I hate whatever was the first cop. That's so good. I just hate that she has that good luck.
Right? So it was a not so happy Halloween for one reveler who partied a little too hard in upstate New York. What is wrong with newspapers?
A little too hard.
Yeah. So Catherine Butler was 26. She was arrested not once but twice for driving while intoxicated early Saturday morning. The Rochester resident who was dressed in a bloody zombie costume was first stopped at about 2 a.m. With a blood alcohol level more than 0.08%, according to a press release from the Gates Police Department. But just 3 hours later, she ended up arrested for another DWI by a different officer. The officer observed the car swerving in and out of its lane, and she was pulled over, tested, and arrested for a second time.
I just don't get how she doesn't. What state is this where you don't get arrested for fucking going to?
No, she was, and the turnover rate was just, maybe it was just overcrowded for Halloween or something, because they only kept her for maybe an hour or two.
That's amazing.
And let her go. And then she just continued partying.
You spent more time at the fucking DMV.
Right?
Stupid. That's insane.
I know.
What a good story, though.
Yeah,
I hope she stopped drinking.
I actually looked into it. I was like, how is this even possible? Because I thought every time they kept you for a significant chunk
At least
of time.
the next day, yeah. Throw you in the drunk tank.
But I guess that's a normal thing that sometimes they just let people go after a few hours.
Yeah. This story has been brought to you by Uber.
Please. God damn it. For Halloween, call your Ubers, call your Lyfts. God damn.
Call me. I'll drive.
I know, right? We're free. We got you.
If you in the Monrovia, LA greater area, call me. At 818-420-6969.
Definitely real. So real.
Yeah.
So that has been our Halloween quiz episode.
That was so good.
Bonus.
How was my costume? I think I nailed it.
You look great. You look very relaxed right now. And
Which is not me,
ease
right?
With your drive-by body piercing.
Yeah, I look calm. Peaceful. When do I ever fucking look like that?
Never. What am I supposed to say? Always.
Well, yeah.
D, all of the above. All right. Thanks for listening to our bonus episode.
Thanks.
Make sure you check out Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threadless, Patreon, all of the good stuff. But we won't bore you with intros and outros. We'll just say, see you next time.
We're in and out real quick.
Chill.
Yeah, true crime and chill.
True crime and chill in costumes.
And candies.
Ghost boners.
Yes.
Woo! Yay for fear
boner.
boners. Bye.
Bye.
Happy Halloweeny.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see you at practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.